Pug Show.
Yes. It's my favorite song right now. It's old school.
Rolling like a big shot. Chevy tuned up like a NASCAR pit stop. This honestly feels so 2003.
Oh, dude. It's like 2010 or 11. Oh, but it's definitely older. Maybe it's 2009, actually.
All right, so you're going to have to get the intro to this song because this is JJ's first selected song for the podcast.
So this is when I was training for the half Ironman. This song would come on. I'd have it come on during certain parts of a run, and it just made me just get to the beat with it. That's all. And it's funny. It's this one, and believe it or not, it's the Dance Monkey song, but I can't remember who sings it.
Hey, save that for the next time.
Yeah, but that one will get me to run, bro. Like it was just there's something about the beat where you just hit your feet, and for that next it would just zone out for the whole song. And this one I love hip hop, and this one just the way it hits.
So who is it? What's the name of the song?
It's DORR, and it's the song is called Ice Cream Paint Job.
Yeah. There you go. So, recording live from the Highland Communities Podcast Studios on September 30th, 2024. And I will say, every single time I say recording live, I feel so stupid. We're not recording live. We're recording currently live. This will be posted not live.
Yeah.
So, know everybody that wants to call me out on that. I know it. It's just a habit. So, I apologize. We've got a couple special guests. One of which does not want to be on camera. My lovely wife, Shalae.
Hello.
The other is...
Lexi,
yes.
Favorite daughter.
Favorite.
Suck it, others.
Oh, eat it, Allie.
So this was not planned. It just seemed like, hey, you know what? Let's do this. It'll be fun. So we'll have a good time here. We don't have anything planned specifically to talk about. There was
Dude, it's funny is I don't hear those things. I know. It's so weird. Like it's just I'm not wired that way to hear any kind of swear words.
I know.
I was raised with my mom swearing at me every chance she got. So it's
I would say that's not even that, dude. Like I wasn't raised that way. I don't hear him anymore either. Yeah. And it's unfortunate. Like that's just everybody's vernacular now. That's just the way everybody talks, and so you just kind of get used to it.
Yeah.
And that's just a part of life now in 2024. I don't know that that's a terrible thing or a great thing. I don't know.
Dude, I love
Well,
this
it's funny
song.
because it probably wouldn't have even registered. Like, I wouldn't have heard what the word was, but because there's a loud bleep, you're like, it must have been a bad word. I recognize that.
When I upload these to Google or the podcast, it asks me if there's any explicit material, and I have to say no. So I got to be sure. Am I telling the truth?
Yeah.
Or am I going to get flagged by somebody? So, all right. I have no idea what happened tonight, but we're going to talk about that in part 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So just so you know, everybody, I was not as diligent this weekend in catching up on the NFL as I should have been. There were other things going on.
You were tied up with another sport.
Another huge disappointment. Another massive disappointment. I honestly contemplated canceling my season tickets to the Diamondbacks, not because I don't like the team. Certainly no. Not because I'm upset with the team's direction, which I have done before. When they traded Paul Goldschmidt, I canceled my season tickets, got my money back. I was upset about it. This is more because, excuse me, little girl. Yeah, she's going to have to go to bed soon. Got a 3-year-old that invaded the studio once more. But really the reason why I thought about it is because, like, dude, it is so much easier to watch the Diamondbacks when I have no expectations of them being any good. When I have expectations, I get so stressed out.
I think you just jumped on the expectation train a little too early this year when they got hot. You just kind of, like we talked about.
Dude, they went to the World Series last year.
You know what's funny, though, is everybody keeps saying that, but it's like, it is super hard to go back.
No, but it's not that hard to go back to the playoffs.
I still feel like...
To get iced out on the playoffs because you played your worst baseball in the month that matters the most is super disappointing.
No.
I mean, to the point
You're not wrong. I get it.
I mean, imagine... if your Cowboys were, we'll say 6-0, or 6-0 at the not midpoint of the season, but close, and they close the season out, what is it, 10-7, or they close it out 9-8,
and don't make the playoffs,
by one game.
I get it.
It's insanely frustrating.
Yeah,
but that's not even a great compliment because like the Diamondbacks basically started their season off like, I don't know, 0-3.
They were terrible at the beginning. And
they
then
basically started
hot.
0-3, got to the point where they were like 7-3, and then closed the season out 9-8 because they were one game out One game.
And when you have to rely on other people to do things to get you in or out, that's what sucks.
You never ever allow you as a team to do that.
Because they would have been in if either team would have swept, right? But because they split, that's what got them out.
Okay,
and my buddy Tom is so happy right now because he's a Mets fan.
Dude, I don't mind the Mets being in. I really don't. Honestly, I don't mind the Braves being in. The part that I hate is that we had a chance. We could have swept the Padres and guaranteed our spot in and been the number one wild card.
Yeah.
But we screwed up Friday. Okay, you know what? The Padres had something to play for too. But then Saturday, we went against the Padres where they had started nobody but Manny Machado. That was their only regular starter. And they put in the entire B team, and we got shut out. I was at that game. And let me tell you what, dude. It was so disappointing. You've gone to 2 games with me now this season.
And they've lost both times.
And they've been terrible in both.
Yeah.
I apologize. My hope is to get your daughters hooked to it, that they would want to go, and it failed miserably.
It was fun still.
Yeah, she got a jersey.
Yeah, I got a jersey. I got to dress up all cute. It was fun. That's all I care about.
But you didn't hook you. You didn't look at it and say, oh man, baseball's cool. You probably went like, that's fine. If somebody bought me tickets, I'd go again.
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy my own.
Yeah.
Right? See? And that's terrible. My brother, on the other hand, his daughters, who are the oldest, is Lucy 11? I don't know. I think they're young girls. They are hooked.
Really?
To the point where they ask their dad every single day, what was the outcome of the last dance game?
Really?
Yeah. They don't even, I mean, there's 3 of them. There's 3 girls, 11 and younger, that they want to know how the Diamondbacks are doing. And they ask him all the time. He'll call me in the middle of the day, because he doesn't care. He doesn't follow sports. He'll call me like Friday night. Me and Shalae are out on a date with the friends that came down to visit. Zach.
Oh, yeah.
I was hoping maybe we could do like a live recording with him here.
Yeah.
Didn't work out. And he calls me. He's like, hey, so if the Diamondbacks lose tonight, are they out? And I was like, no, but kind of. He's like, okay, well, my daughters wanted to know. I'm like, dude. And that's like the 4th or 5th time he's done that.
They weren't even watching the game. They were running around the stadium. Like, they kept getting up and leaving their seats and wandering around. So I don't know why that game hooked them. That was the game that we lost like 15-0 or 15-2.
Where everybody left early.
Do you remember how mad? Do you remember how mad they were when I told them we were going to leave?
Yes.
They were like,
because they weren't watching.
Yeah.
They just liked walking around.
They just wanted to be there. But it's one of those things where as a fan, it's hard to be super frustrated because they did have a better regular season than last season. They had more wins than they did last season. They were the number 1 offense in baseball. But the part that was super frustrating is the fact that they spent a ton of money on starting pitching, so they should have had the best pitching rotation in baseball, and it was awful. It was awful. The only pitcher that actually pitched the entire season was Brandon Pfaadt, who was a rookie last year, and he had games he was brilliant. Most of the time he was average. And outside of that, it was a whole bunch of plug and play. Pull guys up from the minors because these guys are hurt. And when those guys came back, they were awful. It was just, it's one of those things where I told my buddy and my nephew and my dad on Sunday after they won. And I said, I almost hope they don't make the playoffs because I'm tired of watching this team. And if they're in the playoffs, I'm going to watch them.
I was hoping they didn't make the playoffs so we don't have to talk about baseball anymore.
I was going to say, why are we still... I was starting to zone out just now. I'm like, why are we still talking?
Listen, I am on like this every week. He is so into baseball, and I just let it go because I'm like, it's part of it.
Get it out of his system.
But I'm like, dude, I could never talk about baseball, and I would be completely fine. Hey, but it's super knowledgeable. Like you know a lot, like about a lot of people, a lot of players, which is great. And people listening to this who watch baseball or listen to baseball or whatever, I'm sure they're into it. But I'm over here like, can we talk about something else? Mm-hmm. Like, can we do a boy band concert?
You know, one thing we got to talk about that's coming up dude, Saturday's the day for you.
Oh,
Saturday is the finish line.
Yeah. And it can't get here soon enough.
So I was, my brother-in-law, Ricky, was asking me about it today. So he's like, so how's he doing? I'm like, it is wearing on him.
Dude, it's the only benefit right now is I know that it's like I'm like my days of double cardio are numbered, right? I think Wednesday will be my last day. But like since Saturday, I met with was it Saturday? I think I did posing with him on Saturday. Saturday. I went Saturday morning, did posing, and things are coming together, which is good. But he's like, all right, now every workout has to be in a hoodie, sweats, a sweat like belly band, and I have this like sweat, like a wrestling type sweat shirt you put on underneath. So now I go and I sit in the sauna for 10 minutes and then I go work out and then I do cardio, or in the morning I go straight to cardio And I'm washing clothes every time I come up to the gym. I put all my sweats and stuff in the washer, wash it for because I don't want to ruin a bunch of hoodies. I have an old Cowboys hoodie, so I'm like, I'll use that. And I have some sweats, and so, but it's just, I know like it's numbered. I was on the stitch, and I got off the no more leg day, which is great. And
skipping leg day,
and I'm off the Stairmaster, and I'm doing the treadmill now at an incline. So it's just. Like it's right there.
Yeah.
You know, and
I saw this this Instagram reel. It cracked me up, and I sent it to my buddy. I think I might have sent it to you, where it was just basically like this guy eats leg day, and it's like all the different workouts you could do. And he's like, that one's okay. That one's all right. And it's like, deadlifts, squats. What is it? Is it like Bulgarian single, like split squats or something like that?
Sucks.
Anyway, just a whole bunch of them. And all of them are kind of like, man, they're great. And it's like the best one is, it shows them on the bench.
Bench press. Yeah.
It's like best one on leg day.
Yep.
We're all guilty of it.
Oh yeah.
It's like the least taxing exercise there is that makes you feel so strong.
Yeah.
It means it's so, I'm so guilty of that one. I tell Shalae all the time what I've done. She's like, "Is that a lot?" I'm like, "Well, you're really doing a great job." Like,
you don't know,
really amping me up here. And then I have to send it to like a group of friends, like, "Hey guys, I just did this," and they'll all amp me up because Shalae's like, "I don't know, I don't know if it's a lot or not."
I was doing legs twice a week, so it's just because my hamstrings were weak on me before, and they're completely different now, which are good. So I'm happy. I'm just trying to get through, and it's been fun.
So what will the total of months you've been preparing for
So
this?
Saturday will be 24 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
Of straight prep. Like no, I mean basically one meal a week for a long time that was an actual play meal, and the rest were all very structured. And I've been on whitefish for I can't even know. I'm spending for myself. I'm spending $120 a week on whitefish.
Just fish.
Nothing else. I went and bought some at Costco, and the lady looks at me. She's like, "You must like fish." I was like, "No, I don't. I'm never eating it again as soon as it's over." So,
Dude, we're gonna get some cod up there, but it'll be fried.
I don't even think I'll try. I don't like cod.
You don't like fish and chips?
I love fish and chips before this, but cod has ruined the cod part. Is I don't know what happened, but it just got
because
to me.
fried. Because cod prepared any other way than fried is terrible.
And I don't think I'm going to eat much fried food. I think it'll make me sick. I will eat a lot of lobster. I'll tell you right now. When we go to Maine, lobster rolls and pizza. I found this place called Slab Pizza. I want to try in Portland. It's when we come into town, maybe when I get off the train. But
is it a wood fire pizza?
No, it's a Sicilian, so it's like this rectangle square. I don't know. It just looks really good,
dude. I am such a sucker for a wood fired pizza, man.
Oh yeah.
If you go by and you smell the fire and you know that what's coming out of those ovens, oh gosh, I love that stuff so much.
Have you been to Craft 64 in Scottsdale? Dude, Dave Portnoy scores that as one of the highest in Scottsdale, and it's right by Valley Ho. There's one in Chandler, but the menu's a little different. So I don't know if it's the same kind. I'm sure it's the same type of pizza, but the one I went to is in Scottsdale, and it was phenomenal, dude. It was expensive. It was $18 for your basically what comes from Pizza Mod, right?
Yeah,
or Mod Pizza.
Yeah,
but a way different take on it. And they had mac and cheese, a bacon mac and cheese. It was unbelievable.
So I gotta ask you, Lexi.
Yeah.
You live with this guy. Okay. So for the 24 weeks that this has been going down, is it better than last time, or is it on par with the last time he did it?
I think it's probably worse. If anything.
It's just fresh right now, so it's
Throw
down.
it to the freaking wolves, dude.
No, it's worse for sure.
No.
Yes.
I gotta
It
say,
doesn't get bad until like the last 8 weeks.
I gotta say this. As a guy who I only see you once a week, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's a pretty solid spot for me to be able to like say this is how I feel about it, because I see like
You're
the
seeing
physical
a very
transformation.
slow decline.
Yeah, for you daily, it's one of those things that becomes like you don't really notice the difference, or if it's just like slowly becomes grading a little bit more and more.
Yeah.
I can tell you from a person who sees you once a week, I can see the energy levels have definitely been dipping.
Oh yeah.
But the physical transformation has been like eye-poppingly crazy.
Yeah.
Like it really has been. I really am like, every time I see you, I'm like, dang, dude. And it's crazy because you would think that there's not that much that can change in a week. When you're doing what you're doing, a lot changes in a week.
When you eat super clean and I'm on minimal carbs, like it's less than 100 grams a day. So, and I get that main sources from pretty much oatmeal and a cup of rice. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't need anything else. So, and I love my oatmeal, but right now I didn't like oatmeal for a long time. Now I like it a lot, but
it's because it's the only thing that's like
It's different than rice.
Well, yeah, and it is. You can make it with some sugar-free syrup, and it adds a little sweetness to the day, which like you look forward to in the morning. And it's and the texture is a little different. Like you can make it where I don't like it like soupy. I like it more of like thicker, so it feels like an actual consistency.
Like sticky.
Yeah, so it just changes the consistency that you're eating because the fish all taste the same. The rice. White rice and I will always be like, I'll eat white rice forever. Like I love it, but it's just gives you. I think didn't I tell you did I tell you about my jaw problem with chewing? So everything I eat is the same texture, right? So when I eat something that is not that texture, dude, my jaw, I have no jaw strength. It hurts to like just chew on things. Like I'm like, oh my goodness, dude. Like it just like I remember I was eating protein chips for a little bit, and the chips, that hard chip. It would hurt. Like I couldn't get through a bag of these little chips. I'm like, man, I feel like I've just worked my entire jaw out this whole bag. Before you didn't even think about it.
Have you ever tried those rubber things you chew on?
I know what you're talking about. No, but I've seen them. But no, I probably should do it now because I have no like when we go back to eating like bread or something that takes a little bit of chewing. Yeah. Even when I was doing cheat meals with pizza. Do you get to that crust?
Yes.
And I'm like, it's my favorite part at Benitez at the crust, but it just like. Chewing and I'm like,
you get to the point where you have to dip it in something because you can't go with just the bread.
Well, so I changed it up for like 3 weeks. He gave me almonds every day. It was like 28 almonds, right? Dude, it was a struggle to chew those almonds up to where I could get them to where they were like enough to swallow them. Yeah. And it was like, what is going on? And it wouldn't be the first like 7. It would be like the last like 10 of them where you're like, okay, I feel like I'm just like chewing for nothing right now. But yeah, that's a weird thing that didn't happen before, but. Because I'm on fish. Chicken, you got to chew a little bit still. Fish, dude, it's literally, once I mix it in with the rice, it's the same texture as the rice.
It just disappears. It just dissolves.
Yeah, and it's nothing to it. It's like eating tuna fish, right? It's just soft and whatever. Yeah. So, but it's almost over.
So I would ask Shalae if she wants me to do this, but I don't want to hear the answer. Because I don't want to hear yes, and I don't want her to know.
I don't know. Like it's tough. Anybody wanting to get into it, you'd have to like. I don't even know why I did it. It was more of a challenge at first. Yeah, and then I felt like I got screwed, and I'm too competitive, so I wanted to do it again. But I don't know if I got guys at the gym right now that are telling me I need to do it again. If we got a different coach and try it a little differently. And I got one of my buddies wants me to go bigger, like go into like bodybuilding and he's like, dude, you'll eat a ton, you'll get real thick and then they'll cut you down at the end. But like you will eat a lot more. And I'm like, I don't want to be heavy. Like I don't want to be 260 and granted it would be you'd walk around like a fridge, but I don't want that, but the alternative is if I do this, I get leaned out, which is harder for that, conditioning wise. So, but I don't know, dude. It's a commitment that I think somebody told me today, like less than 1% of people that start this finish it. And usually everybody quits. And
I can believe that.
And he's a guy that's done 7 shows and he's like, dude, cause I've met him at the gym and we just keep talking and he's super encouraging because I think he just took first in Vegas at a Masters contest. And he is jacked, 49-year-old dude, just jacked. It looks great. But he'll text me, hey, how you doing? Keep going. Like you're almost there. And which is awesome when you get into the sport because people are very supportive. Once they know you're doing it and they're into it, they come up and they talk to you and they want to know more and they just want to see how you're doing. And then you see them and they're finishing their shows because they travel to like Pittsburgh and Vegas and they do all these things. And I'm like, I'm not that dedicated. Yeah. Plus it's like you got to fly out a week before. Because of all the water retention and stuff, you can't just fly out the day before. You've got to get your body acclimated to getting back to wherever you're at. Like so, and it's a science.
I was gonna say there's so much science.
It is. You think these gym head, like muscle head guys, especially the guys on gear, right? You talk to these dudes at the gym, and they are like very like chemists with their body. They know exactly where they're at. They know what they need to take, how much they need to take. They know when to stop. They know how long to stop. They know how to cycle off. They know how to give. They donate blood at certain times. It is not like they just willy-nilly are pinning themselves with some kind of steroid and saying, let's see what happens. No, they are very dialed in on their body. And it's kind of, you admire it. You're like, dude, you don't think they're that smart. You know what I mean? But they are super intelligent when it comes to that stuff. And I don't want none of that nonsense.
Do you take creatine or anything?
Yeah, creatine every day, glutamine every day, BCAAs every day. Like that's just minor stuff. I mean, I'm on like TR testosterone. Every guy that's over 35 should be on testosterone replacement therapy. It's great for you. But I'm very limited on what I can do because my work drug test. So you
Right.
can't just dive into like, hey, let's do this.
Try this one.
Yeah, and you can get it anywhere. You go into a good gym, you can find somebody that's got something.
Yeah.
And so it is what it is. But
And you say you just got to look around.
yeah, just find the guy that's jacked, and because you can see guys that are certain people you look at and you're like, dude, that's not normal.
Yeah.
Like like you can go to Mexico and get everything you want. If you come across, it doesn't. I mean, if you do a cruise, dude, I went into a pharmacy in Cabo when we were waiting to get in line, and as soon as I walked in, the guy's like, you want growth hormone? I was like, yes, but no. And he pulls out all these, like he goes underneath the table and gets underneath this shelf that's not even visible to everybody else and stacks all this stuff up. And I'm like, no, dude, but how much? Just curious.
Right.
But it was cheap. It was like $200. And they don't, when you get on a cruise, they don't search you. Like, I mean, they search you, but like you put that stuff somewhere like in a sock and you're on.
I can tell you this.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember anything ever being searched.
You just go through the little detector.
The little metal detector thing.
Yeah.
That's about it, right? But it's not
but-
much. You put your stuff in that little. It goes through the conveyor belt.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
search
I
thing.
guess that's
Backpack.
true. Yeah.
That
if
X-ray
it's on
machine.
you-
But you like if you have it on you out of a pocket. I don't know that they would ever find something like
Because
that.
it's not like an X-ray machine you walk through. It's just
No,
metal
like
the metal
detector.
detector,
and
yeah.
it's just
don't
you
have
get a
weapons or
glass vial of something, right? Like that ain't gonna go off or nothing. It's just it is what it is. So, and I imagine that's how people do it. I
I
don't
love
have
how
the
we're
guts
giving
to.
people the idea here.
Well, I don't
This is
have
how you do it.
I don't have the
How
guts to do
smuggle
it.
out.
You can, yeah. This is how you do it. But here's the reality: if you get caught with it, if you're
on
going to
you.
jail in Mexico, and don't nobody want to go to jail in Mexico, bro.
Or are you going to jail in Mexico, or are you going into the brig?
Well, depending on where you're
Cruise
at.
ship jail.
Well, but that I don't even know. I don't even want to take that gamble.
Dude,
Yeah.
I gotta say
I
this.
would like to see a cruise ship jail, though.
Me too, probably rocks.
I just want to know
Do you know
what's
every
down in
cruise ship
there.
has a morgue?
Yeah,
I
they
didn't
all
know
have
that.
a
So
morgue.
weird to think about.
I want to
What?
go see
Yeah.
that too. Oh yeah, that's
Oh
funny.
yeah,
You
people
never
definitely
know.
die on cruise ships. They definitely do.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Because you're too busy on the buffet line, bro. Like, that's
Look at ice cream.
Yeah, it's smoke and mirrors.
Dude, I remember after the very first cruise we went on, I started like really looking into all the different options out there. And when I saw that there was a 365-day cruise that
Bro.
circumvents the globe, I was like, yeah, when I retire, we're doing this.
There's one that hits like 70 countries.
Yeah.
And they just got back. It was like an 8-month cruise they did. And I'm like, I want that. That's
Dude,
what I want to
it
do
would
for the
be
first year of my
awesome.
retirement.
Yeah. Be like, all right, peace out, kids.
But it's like, it's upwards of like $100,000 a person. But you're like, who cares?
I didn't see one that was that. The one I saw, I think was like, I'm not going to throw a number out there because it was pre-COVID. So
It was like
definitely different.
$65,000 for like an interior, and then you've got obviously it goes up as you go. But if I'm going to be doing an 8-month cruise, I'm paying for a balcony.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking about that. So I met a woman today who goes on a cruise at least once a month, every month with her husband.
Oh, wow.
Obviously, they're retired.
Yeah.
They just got back from Alaska on Saturday, and then she leaves on Friday to go. They leave from Vancouver, and then they're going all the way to Hawaii. And then she was showing me the videos. They had a balcony room, and they were just sitting in the back, and the cruise ship gets to this area where there's all these glaciers, and then it like rotates like 360 so everybody can see it. And she's just like, yeah, we're just sitting on our balcony and recording this video. And I'm just like,
When you guys cruise, did you have a balcony?
no, we've
No, we
always
always
been
do interior.
inside.
So Jana and I, the last time we went for Christmas, we got them a balcony or an interior room across
Yeah.
the hall, and we got a balcony. I will never not have a balcony.
Dude,
I think I want to try it so bad.
It was,
You do?
I
it was
do.
awesome.
the thing I loved about the interior is there's no
the
light.
darkness when you want to sleep in, but
Dude.
how often do you sleep in? Normally you have excursions you're trying to get
Honestly,
out
bro,
for.
that's one. But dude, when you can go out on your dock and your deck at sunrise over the ocean, and you're in the middle of nowhere, dude, it is awesome. Dude.
I mean, I guess I'm just thinking about those ocean days where we had nothing to do. Man, it was so nice to like, nothing's waking me up unless I want to be awake.
Yeah, but you can always just go back and take a nap.
That's true.
Dude,
Do they have,
and they
like,
have the
shutters
yeah,
and
they have like
things?
the heavy duty, like the blackout curtains. Like there wasn't very much like. Well, and then what's funny is you would think having the the thing open would be cooler, and it's not because of the way that they're like
The
air.
ventilation.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to keep it closed to keep your air conditioner running the way. So it wasn't. I just had it open enough to hear the ocean, so you'd hear it hitting the boat, But I will never not have a balcony.
Yeah, we
Like,
should try it.
It is so. We should go on a cruise after this main trip.
Why
We
the
should
crap
schedule
have
guys
we not?
an adult cruise
I'm
next
telling
summer.
you, me and Shalae are always down, dude. We are
Seriously.
always down.
Dude.
I could do a cruise tomorrow.
We did
dude,
this presentation and we earned a free cruise for sitting through
Yeah.
the presentation, and I just finally logged in to get like
I wasn't
register it.
invited.
This was like a
You
year
don't
ago.
want to do
No,
these things.
I
took
love
like-
them. I love them. Like, I'll
was
go
like
and tell you no
2.5
all day long.
hours.
Yeah. I'll
My
go and
problem
tell
is I can't say no.
I'm like, no.
Yes, we ended up buying it.
Cruise.
But anyways, the cruise dates, I think, like we have to use it before September 30th of next year. But because the baby's due in March, that
Which,
like
by the
kind
way,
of
is news that we're
limits-
announcing now.
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm pregnant.
That's why she doesn't want to be on camera. And that's a story we'll tell later, another day.
Yeah, and it's not like a secret. I'm just.
No, it's not a secret, but
it's
since
just
we
weird when you're my age and you're like pregnant with your fourth. It's like you don't. I don't know. I don't feel like you get
It's
on
not as
social
like,
media
yeah,
and
it's not as
announce
like,
it
bam, we're
anymore.
pregnant. Yeah.
But see,
so
when she says stuff like that, I want to be like, what's any different?
I don't know. It just feels different. Like it's not necessary.
Well, it's like people like, yeah, we know you have kids. Like, you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like,
I
Good
get
for you.
I get not wanting to like throw it all over social media, but for me, it's like it's still just as freaking cool to me. And I know you're like self-conscious about being your age and having a baby. I'm like, listen, you know what the average age of a millennial starts having babies now?
30.
It's yes.
Yeah.
So this
That's
is not
true.
weird
Most
at
of-
all.
Most like Hollywood doesn't even start getting pregnant until their 40s.
Yeah, and that's always by in vitro, by somebody else.
Yeah. But
You know?
anyways, we got off topic. The whole thing was it kind of limits when we can go. But I told Eric, I'm like, I don't care. I'll leave the newborn with somebody and we'll go in April.
Yeah.
As soon as
Dude.
the opening comes in for
I want
the
to
cruise
go. We were supposed to go. We usually go for like Christmas time with the kids and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
And then we can't because Allie can't miss nursing. But I found a 10-day cruise out of Galveston where it hits all these. And I'm like, bro, for like $5,000.
We're leaving her behind.
I'm like,
I was gonna
Allie,
say, who
I
said
guess-
she had to
I
come?
guess, Allie, you're not going.
she has to come,
Trust
says
me,
the
I
younger
know.
sister.
She
I
can
can't
stay
do
home
that.
She
I want
drives
to.
to school. Like, she'll be fine.
I know. We just put food on the floor. She'll be fine.
All right. So just because I just was looking up online, the very second one I could find, 'cause the first one didn't have any options. The second one is Viking. You know what Viking?
Mm-hmm.
So they're a very high-end cruise company. Typically, you hear about them for the river cruises in Europe, like a Viking river cruise.
Okay.
So this one, they do have a worldwide. They have 4 different options of a worldwide cruise. One's 138 days. The other one's 121. They have 180 days and 163. The cheapest one is $55,000.
And that's an interior room.
Yeah.
Probably on the bottom deck underwater.
Yeah, and that's from Los Angeles, California. Not totally all the way around the globe, but you end in London. So you don't go
Back to New York.
You don't go back to you don't get to go across the Atlantic back to New York and then back to So yeah, you basically hit every continent.
So there's my buddy was telling me the way to go for like cheaper cruises is like if we want to do something where you're not like it's called the transatlantic or transpacific. So what they're doing is
It's a one-way?
Well, yeah, it's in between seasons. So you meet them up like if they're in the north, like south part, and then the seasons change, they'll take that trip up, and you can get a free trip, a much cheaper trip, and everything's the same. Food and everything's the same.
Yeah.
All they're doing
it's
is
just
basically
cheaper. It's just shuttling the ship up, and they want
Back
people
to
to
where
pay
they-
to help get them over there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And he's done it before, and he's done because he's come from Seattle or Vancouver back down to LA. And I'm like, and they hit San Francisco, and I'm like, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Dude, there was one that I wanted to do so badly. It was last year, and it took off. I think it was out of San Diego, and it basically hit every major port along the Pacific coast and ended in Seward, Alaska. So, and that's where like most Alaska cruises start. And I was like, dude, I want to do that so bad. That'd be awesome to be able because
we should look into it with Kara and them, dude. Let's do a cruise next year.
there's a lot of places like
I would do
Are
it in a
you
heartbeat.
bringing your kids though?
No.
Okay.
Lexi's face.
I was gonna say because
Absolutely not.
we will definitely not. Our kids just aren't the right age
Yeah.
to still bring them.
Yeah,
to
no,
that
this
kind
would be.
of stuff.
They have. I mean, we'll go on. We'll do something with us, but no, I'm talking like an adult trip. I mean, my
Okay,
kids are
yes.
adults, but no,
Right.
absolutely not.
You know,
Okay.
I didn't even want to come anyway.
Good. You can stay home. You
guys
gotta
will be
watch
in bed
Ava.
by
You gotta
10
watch. You gotta
anyway.
watch Ava.
No, you guys will be in bed by
Yeah, you would have
10.
been stuck just chauffeuring Ava and Coco around.
I got to be honest with you. You've not gone on a cruise with Shalae. No, the night doesn't end at 10, man. As long as they're still
I get
playing music, she's
started
out
at
there.
10. I'm a little bit crazy on cruises.
Dude, as long as
People are like, "What is she drinking?" I'm like, "Water."
It really 100% is. If there's a DJ playing music, Shalae's at that place. That's
I love that. That's
I love the food. I just want the food from. That's my favorite part of cruises. I don't care so much. I mean, the destinations are cool, but I just love the buffet because you get all types of food. Like it doesn't matter. Like healthy buffet.
Try all the different.
Yeah, like the breakfast buffet. Oh my gosh, I could live there, dude. But just give me eggs Benedict today, French toast a little bit later, whatever I want. I want to.
So when you guys go in December, do you just do like the ones like out of California?
Yeah,
like
well, we did the one from Cali it went from LA to Puerto Vallarta. It was 7 nights. It was awesome. 2 or 3 days at sea eventually, but it was colder.
Is the water choppier at that time of year?
It wasn't bad. I didn't feel the boat at all. It was cold. Like on the way back, I think, right?
There was like a storm, so that's when like everyone got like seasick and like all that because it was like choppy. But that's because of the storm.
I don't feel any of that. I remember sitting at the table at the dinner one night, and you could see the water in your cup kind of moving. Oh. But that was it. I don't feel any of that stuff ever. Like I don't get motion sick at all. So I don't. They may have people. I know people felt it, but I'm the last person to ask.
Just the last day though, like not throughout the whole thing. It was just because of the storm, I think.
But it was a little chilly. Like there was a day where we had to buy sweatpants. I didn't bring sweats. And You wanted to go outside on the deck, but it was cold. Yeah. So I'm like, I had a hoodie, but I didn't have sweats. So I bought some Royal Caribbean sweats that were cheap. And but yeah, no, it's but I don't know. And they're cheaper. Like there was a flow rider on the back of the boat, and we were all like, it was chilly out, but like who cares? You're out there.
I want him to try a Royal Caribbean because he's only done Celebrity, and they're catered to like the older generation, so they don't have that kind of fun.
Which really fits me.
It's nice because there's not as many kids, and it's a little, I don't know, it's chill during the day. At night it picks up. But I just miss that there's like no water slides or like the wave runner or like rock wall. Like not that we would do it, but just I like the option of it. Yeah. Whereas the Celebrity cruise ships are all about just different pools and like, what do they call that room that's like indoor with the indoor pools? They had it like a specific room.
Oh, I can't remember. Solarium or something like that.
Yeah, they're like super into that kind of stuff.
I will say, as far as like the boat goes, the activities are not for me. But I also so Shalae did this thing for Father's Day. When we usually do this for each other on Mother's Day and Father's Day, where we do like fill out a sheet that the kids with a whole bunch of like pre-asked questions, and you ask them, "What do you think the answer is?" And they tell you what it is. Anyway, one of the ones was, "What is Dad's favorite thing to do?" And Kempsey's answer was, "Talk with his friends." And that's 100% the truth. So for me, it's like, yeah, dude, I'm good with good company. I don't got to do anything.
Put me on the couch.
Yeah,
put me outside.
Yeah, let's just go find a place and chat. That's what I'm all about. Shoot. Crap, dude, that's what I do here. Yeah. Literally why I do this. That's what I love to do.
He just likes to hear himself, that's all.
I do like to hear the sound of my own voice.
But anyways, let's get into the topic of why Lexi is even here tonight.
I wanted to drive here.
Yeah, she wanted to
talk about your...
Oh, and she is fantasy football.
So let's do part 2.
Oh, sorry.
And the reason why we have to do that is because when it comes to uploading these videos, it is these files get way too freaking big. So is there anything else? One thing I wanted to say, this drives me nuts. This is something that's starting to kill me here. And I would do the sounder, but it's not ready, so I'm not going to do it. But one of the grievances I have is that why has gas stations put a limit on 20 gallons now?
What?
Yeah.
You just filled up for more than 20 the other day.
Where at?
QT
Maybe
on
it's
Ellsworth?
only on your cashback ones.
No, it's not. It's
Dude.
Hey, Rhea, this is your 3rd time coming in here, baby. What do you need, sweetheart? Do you need to go to bed? Well, that's a great way of putting it. I'm sick of Circle K. Stop limiting me at 20 gallons.
QT, I just put 20.70 gallons in my Tahoe.
Dude,
and it, totally fine.
I'm stuck at 20 every freaking time.
It's got to be Circle K. Who goes to Circle K, bro?
Yeah, what are you doing?
What is wrong with you guys? I just got judged hard, man.
Eric does this cashback thing where he goes to specific Circle K locations because you get like 20 cents.
Like 23 cents per gallon back. Totally freaking worth it. And if I have to do 2 transactions to get it, I will do it. I just wish you wouldn't. This is like within the last couple of months it started happening. So Circle K, get your crap together.
You get $4 back and it's worth it.
Yeah.
When they shut you down, when they shut you off at $20.
Yeah, because then I just got to put another one in, and then 2 gallons later I'm done. Like that's the thing that kills me. It's like I'm almost done anyway.
Maybe you shouldn't let your car get that empty.
Maybe you should let me know when the car gets a little bit emptier quicker, so that I'm not at 15 miles left on the tank.
You know, you drive my car to his family dinners on Sundays. You see the gas gauge.
Which is when I got in the car yesterday.
That's probably as often as I drive. I don't leave very often.
When I got in the car yesterday, it said like 80 miles to empty. I'm like, oh, great.
And you've driven to family dinner the last 3 Sundays in a row. You can see the gas gauge.
I'm just telling you. Keep me updated. All right, whatever. That's it.
Better cut this off before you break out.
All right, stay fresh, cheese bags.
Like fat kids in dodgeball, we're out.
You girls got anything?
Peace.
Bye.
I'm not good on the fly.
Oh, all right, that's fine.
The JJ and Puck Show theme song is written, composed, and performed by Lane Hartman. Thank you to Highland Communities for the support of our show. You can find the JJ and Puck Show on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and anywhere you listen to your podcast. Just Google us if you're confused. Remember to share the show with your friends and family. Subscribe wherever you listen. Buy a shirt, reach out to us, and place an order. Each shirt is $20, and if we can hand deliver it, we will, but if we have to ship it, it'll be $25. If you're able, feel free to support us by sending a donation to us by going to kfo.com/the JJ and Pug Show. That's ko-fi.com/the JJ and Pug Show. And thanks again to all who listen. We really appreciate your support for our show, and we hope to continue to grow.